Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, as most of you know, I have been in Texas now for almost 2 years, and I'm still trying to kind of figure out where everything is in Texas. You know, I lived in California all my life, and if you mentioned a town or a city, especially one in the Southern California area, I pretty much had a good idea where it was, or at least kind of a general idea where it was relative to where I lived. But I'm not really there with Texas. Texas is a huge state, and you know, you hear about things in Texas all the time, and I have no idea where some of these things are. So what I tend to do is when I hear about a city or a town where, you know, that I haven't heard of before and don't have an image where in my head where it is relative to me, I tend to go to maps and try and figure out where it is. Well, about a week ago, there was a news report about an 18-wheeler truck that collided with a train in a town called Cameron, Texas. And I said, okay, well, let's figure out where Cameron, Texas is. Well, it turns out Cameron, Texas is about 60 miles from here. It's a little south of here, and I figured, okay, well, that's kind of cool. Let's maybe go down there and see if we can figure out where that was and what happened and see what's going on down there. Well, the news reports weren't enormously clear where in Cameron the train crash took place. So I kept looking, and I actually found a news report that actually mentioned which road it was on. And once I had the road that it was on, it was really easy to figure out where it was, because then all you had to do is look at Google Maps and say, okay, where is there a train crossing going across that road? And there was only one in the area. So I got into Street View and was actually able to line up some of the news report footage and what I was seeing on Google Maps and Street View, and knew that was where it was. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drive down to Cameron, Texas, and let's see what we can see. Now, it's just a week after that. That happened 1 week ago this morning. So when you derail train cars, it's not like an automobile accident on the freeway where you have it cleaned up in a couple hours. It's probably still, they're probably still cleaning up, and I might not even be able to get really close to the area, but I want to go see what's down there and see what we can see. So let's go to Cameron, Texas. Yeah, this is one of the things I love about living out in Texas. I'm 10 miles away from my house, and I'm already out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, we are in Cameron, Texas, and that's just a nice little small town in the middle of Texas. About 5,000 people here total. Yeah, we're coming up on the location now. I'm seeing all sorts of signs up here. It says that the road is closed at the railroad crossing, I can imagine. So this is probably it right here. Going to pull off on the side here, and let's see where we can make it on foot. Now, one of the things that let me know that this was the right place, I remember seeing this sign here in some of the news footage, and then when I saw it again on Street View on the Google Maps, I knew that this was the right place. But this is where it happened, right here. Yeah, the fireball happened right up over this ridge right over here. This is obviously all cleanup stuff here. So let's see how close we can get. I don't actually see any people out here, so hopefully I can get relatively close to all this. Yeah, this is definitely the place here, because that's obviously a derailed train car. That one. You can see all the train cars are still here. Now, allegedly what happened is, here's the crossing gate right here, and allegedly what happened is that there's a flatbed truck coming in here, and the crossing gate was down, and there was a vehicle stopped at the crossing gate, and some of the reports said that the driver of the flatbed truck got a little distracted and all of a sudden realized that there was that the gate was down and the train was coming, and he basically swerved to go around the car that was stopped at the gate and literally T-boned one of the railroad cars. Look at that. That's insane. All those cars just laying on the ground here. There's a report that all the cows just took off running, and apparently it was so hot here that cars that were here were having to back up. It was so hot. That is intense. Can you imagine the noise? 6:45 in the morning, everyone's trying to sleep, and all of a sudden this happens. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't going to be a quick cleanup on this. This, you think of highway accidents and they're cleaned up in an hour or two, but not here. This is going to take weeks and weeks and weeks. Apparently the fire burned for a couple days after this. Now, miraculously, nobody was injured or killed in all this. It just, the truck driver managed to get out in time. The people on the train weren't injured, and apparently these cars were filled with gasoline and coal, and that's what caused the fire. Holy cow, yeah, there's another one over there. They also mentioned that there was a barn that was burned. I'm guessing that's the barn right there. But like I said, the people in this building here were able to get out, and nobody was hurt. Can you imagine? 13 cars here. Yeah, see, it looks like it's on both sides of the road here. Holy cow. Look at that. That car's upside down. That's intense. Can you believe that? Train crash happened right here. Things really are bigger in Texas, aren't they? Yeah, this is intense. Right here. Now, apparently a number of the train cars much further back were carrying some sort of acid. I've heard sulfuric acid, and fortunately they were able to disconnect those cars and get them away from the incident before the fire caught up. But wow, can you imagine this? There was also concern that there might be spill off, because like I said, these were filled with gasoline and coal and a bunch of other stuff, and wow, and they were concerned that it might all end up in the in some of the local waterways, but apparently not. This must have been the cars that had the coal in them. I gotta admit, I'm stunned I'm actually able to get this close to this. Some of the springs from the train, they're still just scattered around in here. Yeah, this is definitely a noise that'll wake you up in the morning. I don't know if this is some of the coal. I'm not sure. That doesn't necessarily look like coal. Yeah, I guess it probably is. It's light like coal. So yeah, that's just some of the coal that ended up on in the road here. Jeez. It is a miracle that nobody was hurt. So they said 13 cars derailed. This is one. That's another one. See if I can count them all, if I can find them all. There's clearly a couple of them behind there. You can see kind of through there, through the hole in the bottom of these cars. I'm wondering if this is coal underneath this plastic here, if they're maybe planning on coming and trying to retrieve that. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Gotta kind of watch where I'm going here. It's muddy and there's a lot of holes out here. Just look at the destruction. That's actually what's left of a car. That one's just completely folded in half. That's insane. And that's clearly a vehicle or a oil tanker that's laying on its side, because that's the top that we're looking at here. And here's another one. And look at this in the foreground here. That one's just completely destroyed. Going to be a big salvage operation back here for a while. Yeah, see there's 2 cars there, 3, 4, 5. These 2 we saw from the other side, 6 and 7. That one over there. And I'm guessing all these trees here were damaged as a result of the collision or the derailment. Like I said, I'm blown away that they're letting me wander around back here, but nobody's objecting, so. So peaceful out here now. Now, obviously, I'm kind of backwards on the way things going, because obviously the truck must have been coming this way, because all the cars came off the track this way, in this direction. So the truck must have been coming down this road here, and hit the railroad car, and it probably was that one there or one of these cars here. They got hit, because like I said, the news reports say that the truck just T-boned the side of the train, and that just knocked everything off the track. seeing all these tankers that say rain for rent. I'm guessing that was stuff that was brought in here to put out the fire, because like I said, the fire supposedly burned for quite a while. Alright, well I'm back home now, and I can't believe some of the footage I got out there. I had just unprecedented access. In fact, a couple of the people, when I was walking away, came up to me and said, yeah, you really shouldn't be back there. You need to have like a hard hat and a safety vest and steel-toed shoes and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, I totally understand. I kind of told them who I was, and they seemed to be cool with that. And they were really friendly, and they weren't really upset. They just, they were looking out for safety issues, and I totally get that. So I kind of moved off and kind of, did the rest of my stuff from a little bit of a distance. But I was amazed with the footage I got. So anyway, that was very interesting. Hope you enjoyed that. I think that's all that I have for now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.